This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And the Hoosiers will kick off first, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
And for the majority of the offseason, we thought Mensa was going to be starting for Duke in the offseason saga that happened. Obviously, a lot went into it. But here's what you know about Miami quarterbacks in recent history. Cam Ward, the #1 pick. Carson Beck, a lot of experience coming in. Now Darian Mensa comes in. Miami finds the guy. They have to have that spot covered. And Palmer, they got a really good one.
They have been able to reload. And for anybody that didn't know Darian Mensa and where he started, just look back to his film just 2 years ago at Tulane when he's absolutely lighting up in the American, wins an ACC championship at Duke, and now filling in for Carson Beck and a team that just went to a national championship. But this is a guy with tons of talent, and they think there will be no drop-off at the QB spot. They've got their eyes set on taking one step further this time to win it all.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Wants to adjust the pattern. He'll try it again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. He got it on 1st, had a nice carry, got it on 2nd. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Mensa. Complete. There he goes. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football.
Looking for the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. This time it's complete. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
And the Canes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Here's Mensah to throw. Puts it out of the air. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
You've got to be excited if you're a fan of this team. What you've seen on this opening drive, they look locked in, all 11 guys on the same page. This has been a beautiful opening drive. Really nice tempo, phenomenal execution, whether it's been running or throwing like...
Touchdown, Hurricane! Quick strike through the air for the score.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Looking for a man, it's Hoover. They're working that left side. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And that's the start you need on offense, right? The opening drive of the game, your defense allows a touchdown, so you got to come out firing, and it's good news to see the quarterback dialed in. Good read, good timing, accurate throw. It's a big-time completion, but still work to be done. This offense obviously would like to answer that touchdown with one of their own.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot and works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Running inside, it's Richard. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman, like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Hemby were...
Makes the catch, and he's free. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The run inside. It's Richard looking for room at the 30. Breaks into the open. Into the house. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for room, it's Fletcher. Works ahead for a couple, they'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Throwing, Mensah. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
He uncorks one deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Canes!
And that's exactly how you draw it up on offense, man. You run the football, you get those bodies committed, Jesse, and you use speed out wide with a little bit of play action.
A really nice job of setting it up by the play caller. You're right. Those linebackers and safeties, they want to come down and support the run, but a really nice throw, excellent route, and they're able to connect for a massive TD.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a 62-yard pass for the score. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. On the move, it's Richard. Turning it on! Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So first down here as they go back to work. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to the running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Setting up the screen. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
And the Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Richard.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. The corners are walked up tight. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Complete. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Going to the running game. Finding an escape route. Got it into the red zone. Dragged down at the 18-yard line. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. The give to the tailback. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Hoosiers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Intercepted to stop the threat. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
And that is such a veteran play by that defender. In cover 0, he knows the quarterback's going to have to get rid of the football quickly, so he's getting ready to jump anything that's going to be underneath. He does just that. Great job with the speed. Nice job reeling it in for the INT.
Powers through the defender. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Pressure coming. Going to try to get it himself. Oh, he's got some space. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
Hey, he's just kind of proven that he's difficult to defend. And when I'm playing defense, and we've seen him have success throwing the ball through the air, but now, nice job dropping back, trying to force the ball down the field, but does a really smart thing. Just kind of tucks it, takes off, and
nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Bringing the heat. And it's a sack.
We've already seen the gifts he has, man. You've seen him dance. You've seen him rush, like really good speed. That's what we talked about coming to this football game, trying to get some negative plays. A better job by the defense there, being aggressive, getting to him, and getting the sack on that play.
Punt is on its way. Takes it on the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Wants to throw. It's Hoover. Here's a heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down.
Nice job by this defense getting to the QB and getting him on the ground, creating the negative play. This offense must have seen something because they're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Hoosiers decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. And they'll down this just inside the 35-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Right on the money. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Mensah. He lobs one high down the left side. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here late in the first half. They're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Snags it and he's open. Touchdown, Miami! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Arizona taking on the Houston Cougars. And it's Arizona looking for a second win after the opening week loss. So far, so good. They lead this one in the first half.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive.
Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that, and the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Squeezes ahead for a couple. They'll get it out to the 9.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. With the catch, it's Preston. At the 35, he's open. And he's out of bounds, but not before a good, sizable pickup, and that has been a rare sight in this one.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football, and this is why they get it to him short, because he can take it to the house or make a big play on any reception.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about it.
Here's Mensah to throw. Fires to the right. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. The offense changing the play. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Throwing, Mensah. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane. He got it right inside the pylon. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Running free. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Richard. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Back to pass. It's Hoover. Got the back over the middle. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. The Hoosiers will hustle to the line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here comes the heat. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Quickly complete. There he goes. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
That looks like a real simple play by the wide receiver, but give him a ton of credit. That was an excellent route. He never telegraphed that he was breaking to the outside. Kept his eyes downfield, so when he cuts, he's able to get maximum separation from the defender, and that's why that play is successful.
Running inside, it's Pringle. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Looking to fire. Snagged out of the air. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Finds his man. It's Vaughn. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
Using his legs, it's Fletcher. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with a pickup of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the back. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
And there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them, successful, move the ball, and most importantly, that clock can tick. But the physical ground game late in the game, that's how you finish opponents off.
We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One final period to play, and we'll see who can grab that W as we start the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Hard-hitting tackle.
It's always fun to watch offensive creativity in the red zone. Like, how are you going to get some space for your guy? They try the toss, get him out wide, maybe get into some space. The defense was ready. Nice job falling forward, getting at least a little bit on the play.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Canes! Middle of the end zone, he's got it! They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
I got to be honest, as a guy that used to play for Steve Spurrier, I never have a problem watching offenses continue throwing the ball when they've got a big lead. And that's what you've seen in this one. They're way up on the scoreboard. This coach is still letting this guy chuck the rock. That now his 5th passing touchdown, and I believe you keep throwing it until the defense proves they can stop you.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Offense all set and ready to crank things up. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out the quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Now the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's...
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And guys, I don't know if they got the play call in quickly enough, but still the quarterback has to make sure the snap gets off on time. Looking for space, it's Fletcher. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. The give to the lone running back. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on 3rd down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. Absolutely perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter is sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Dropping back, it's Hoover. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Got 7 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 3. And the Hoosiers racing to the line in the hurry-up. He'll throw on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The Hoosiers will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. He just couldn't hold his water long enough in the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. You give away 5 like that, it's hard enough to make 1st downs. 1st and 15 here. They just keep firing. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift. A late touchdown. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Black 18! Black 18! They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Right back to the well. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. So now it's 2nd and long. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.